Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of All, and in this video we're covering some tips to create this shape. So this shape is relatively simplistic for what we've done previously on the channel, and there are a number of videos looking at how we can create different shapes as efficiently as possible. This one's slightly different, we're not using any add-ons or extensions here, so it just uses the native tools in Blender. But what I'd like you to do, if you're willing to give it a go, is try to create this. It's a cube of any size, I haven't put dimensions there, but we've got a bevel that is exactly one of whatever unit you want to use in length. Notice that we're talking about that length there, not horizontally or vertically, so that length. And then we've got a circle going through it, and that circle is perfectly in the center of this face, and its diameter is 0.9 of whatever unit you want to use. So my question to you is, how would you go about making this? Like, what would you do to make this as efficient as possible? Now, this is going to be quite subjective because when I say efficient, I'm not actually meaning anything specific. I'm not meaning the least number of clicks or anything like that, though I think this will be quite efficient in that. I just mean a workflow that you think would be really usable and you'd find easy to do. So if you don't want to take part in this, you can either just do it yourself and then watch the rest of this video, or you can go to the comments section and say how you'd make this, go and have a play in Blender first, and then just type up what you think without looking at the other comments. I'd be interested to know what you come up with. If you don't want to see the way I'm doing it, go away and come back, but we're going to have a look at what I'm doing now. So we're in a new file, and let's just go through this quickly, and then we'll talk through it in more detail, just because I get some comments saying that I go through things too slowly, and then others saying that it's just the right amount of detail, so hopefully this will appease everyone. So we'll start with that chamfer, which is just a single-sided bevel, and then we're making sure that's the correct width of one of whatever unit. With that done, we're getting our cylinder in the center of our face. This is the bit that I think will be done slightly differently than a lot of people will do. So we're just going to add that cylinder in. We start by positioning it and putting the circle in and then getting it to whatever length we want. Then we'll just deal with the vertices to make it smooth and the length. At that point, it's just a matter of doing the boolean to cut that out. As I said, relatively simple workflow, just might be a bit different to the way you did it. So there it is, it's that quick and easy, and all of the measurements here are correct. If I just bring in snap measure, we can just see that that is the correct one. And if I apply the boolean, and then if we come in and have a look at this diameter, we can see that that is 0.9 as we wanted. So we're back to a new file, and let's talk through everything. Right, I'm going to keep this cube exactly the same. The default cube gets to survive for once. Let's select this edge, Control and B, and bevel it. And you can see at the top we've got this offset. If I type in 1, we'll put that to 1 and come here, and this is incorrect. This does not have a length of 1. What offset does is look at this distance here, and we want it being this distance here. So we're actually going to undo that and explain what we did. We're going to Control and B, go to whatever distance we want, come to our bevel options in the bottom right hand corner, and we need to change the width type from offset to width. So yes, the width type is width, which I think we could probably come up with a better name for that, maybe length. But anyway, we're going to turn that to 1, and now that is exactly correct. But it is worth mentioning the other one that I find quite useful is percentage. That, well, shockingly works as a percentage, but what that means is that if you had this length and it wasn't something you knew, or didn't want to do any maths, you could easily type this in as like 50% or whatever percentage. Let's just do that one more time, change it to width, and then 1. Okay, so what about this hole in the center? Well, standard Blender workflow normally is to play around with the cursor to get your object where you want it. So what you do is come into edit mode, select that face, shift and S, cursor to selected, and then from there, if we shift A, mesh, bring in a cylinder, it'll want some more vertices. Let's do 128 to make it smoother, and we can change the radius to 0.9, except for 0.9 is our diameter. So we'll divide it by 2 to get the radius correct. And then because we know that this is a 45-degree angle, we can just hit R and 45. So that works well, as long as this is exactly a 45 angle, it's known. But even then, I think this is more faffing than you need. And this is sort of hindered by the fact that this cursor hasn't rotated to 45 degrees to be perfectly on this face. Let's just Shift S and then put the cursor to the world origin. So what are we going to use instead? Well, over here we have this add cube, and if I click and hold, we get some other options, including add cylinder. We get the options at the top here, and the important ones are that this is set to snap to all our faces, which means it's going to be at the correct angle, whatever angle this may be. 45 is easy, but this could be any angle that you've got, so this is really handy. That's because this is orientating to the surface, and it's snapping to the geometry. Now I'm going to up the vertices here. When I did that earlier, I did it over in this point afterwards, so you can do it either. We'll up this to 128, And then importantly, if I come to here, if I hold down Control, this will snap to our face center. It'll also snap to edges in the center of edges and vertices. Now, interestingly, if I come to my snapping, this isn't set to work on edge centers and face centers. It's only got vertex, edges, and faces. This tool kind of ignores what you've got set up here. Just so you know, if you want to have multiple things selected, just select one, hold down Shift, and then you can select multiples, so you'll snap to multiple things. So Control, click and hold down your left mouse button, you start making your circle, and you'll notice this has the corner in the center, which we don't want, but luckily in the bottom left-hand corner, we've got some options. The first is if I hold down Alt, that is going to put the center of the circle now to where I clicked, which was the center of this face. We can then move and change the ratio as much as we want, but I want this to be perfectly circular, so if I hold down Shift, we get this fixed aspect, which means it's a perfect circle. And I can make this whatever size I want. I'm going to release my left mouse button, release my fingers on the keys, and now we're making the depth. If I hold down Shift, then that's going to make the depth equal to the diameter. I don't want to do that, but thought I'd mention it. And I could come back and do this way, or I can hold down Alt and do it in both directions. Entirely up to you. Come to somewhere here, click, and we've got our cylinder. Now, one problem with this. If I come and look at this information here, we've got this radius being 1 and the depth being 2. Now, the radius definitely isn't 1, because we know the length of this edge is 1, and this isn't the same diameter, so that doesn't seem to work. It also says the depth is 2, which is definitely not right. So it is important to know that this, the radius and depth, is wrong for this. And this effectively does work, but it becomes a ratio of whatever you had it originally, and I don't know what that was originally because I was just dragging it. Instead, you're going to have to hit N, come to your dimensions. This keeps your dimensions here in the local axis, so that will be X, that will be Y, I think, and that is Z. And that means if I click and drag these, change that to 0.9 and click, this is now perfectly 0.9. So just worth noting that you can't use that information box on the left-hand side to do this. Then click, shift click, control and minus if you've got ball tool, otherwise you could do it manually, and then we'll H to hide it. And we've got our object exactly as we wanted. So there we go, our simple shape is made to the exact dimensions that we wanted. I thought this would be fun to show off as it uses some tools that are native in Blender but people often don't use. I'm not necessarily saying that this is the perfect way to do it, but this would generally be my workflow if I was to do this. I think it is the simplest way. I'm not saying it definitely has the least clicks, but I think it's the most effective and easy to use. If you found anything useful in this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that like button. And if you want these videos early and ad-free, there's a link in the comments to the Patreon, where for a few dollars a month you get that and some additional perks. Hope to see you in the next video, and have a great day.